Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. So as to show that this is not just a channel about survival preparedness and guns and knives and fighting and blood and shit like that. No. A lot more. There's so much more. And the words can hardly express all of the feelings, but a poem is maybe the best way. So I want to share with you a poem from Simon Mol, an African activist that was living in Poland until the white man took him away, as his mother said. I start. Life, death, life, light, darkness, light, darkness, light. Life? Question mark. Nothing can stop nature, not even nature itself. Motherfucker. Just imagine what's going inside that head of his, that brain, that genius that was Simon Mol until the white man took him away from us. A activist, politician, songwriter, author. We could go on. Journalist in sports as well. Anti-racist campaigner. Antifa campaigner. It is the body of work of this man. It's no wonder that's studied all over the world. In the highest levels of academia, you will find Simon Mol. Let's learn more about this amazing man.
Of Simon Mol.
Yes.
Strap yourself in for a long one. I'm about to share the sordid and twisted tale of Simon Mol, the African human.
I assume that this is a white man talking and saying that it's sordid and twisted because such intolerance just makes me sick. Thankfully, we have the work of Simon Mol to cure us from all of that racism.
Rights and anti-racist who literally paused Poland's leftists. Born in Cameroon, Simon sought asylum in Poland in 1999 when he claimed he was being persecuted for his journalism on human rights. Before that, he moved around several African countries seeking asylum. He claimed to have been arrested in 1996 for exposing government corruption. In actual fact, it was later revealed that this persecution was entirely fabricated. He was never jailed, and his mother admitted that he had actually worked in a refinery. The only thing he had ever written about was some short articles on football.
Okay. A man of diverse interests. I think that's wonderful.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
After settling in Poland, Simon quickly became a rising star in Poland's leftist scene. He wrote about racism, accusing his new country of ingrained racism, filing reports to Amnesty.
How could you not accuse your new country of racism when they welcomed you in? Of course. What kind of racist has any problem with that? They're obviously racist. That's why they took him in as a refugee.
About Polish racism and was awarded Anti-Fascist of the Year in 2003. Wow. Here is one of his poems in full that won him critical acclaim and honorary membership of the International Pen Club. Life, death, life, light, darkness, light, darkness, light, life. Nothing can stop nature, not even nature itself. His journalist and
how could this not earn you international recognition with such profound words? The thing is that the white man does not understand what Simon Mol is saying there. They listen. You see what happens? They listen to the words, but they're not really listening with this. The thing that matters the most.
political career rocketed. In 2005, he organized a conference to protest about an article in a Polish paper that said African women were susceptible to AIDS because their husbands wouldn't wear condoms.
That's racist.
The author, Adam Lashinsky, was accused of prejudice by Simon. In 2006, reports started coming in from leftist women in Poland's human rights scene who claimed to have contracted HIV after sleeping with Simon. Polish police refused to arrest him out of fear of his connections.
Right.
Simon wrote articles.
They're probably all like far right, stooges pretending to be activists, most likely.
Denouncing his accusers of racism themselves.
Yeah.
The accusations of being HIV positive is the latest weapon that, as an African, your enemy can raise against you.
Of course.
More women came forward. One witness stated that he had refused to wear a condom during sex and had accused her of being racist because asking him to wear a condom was racist, as it implied all blacks had HIV.
Of course. How could that not be racist? Asking a black man to wear a condom, that's the most racist thing I've heard all day. Jesus Christ, fuck.
He also told girls his sperm was sacred and had magical powers.
What?
As it implied all blacks had HIV. He also told girls his sperm was sacred and had magical powers.
I mean, we cannot confirm or deny that it may well be sacred and have some magical powers. I'm not saying one way or the other. It's a little bit suspicious, but who knows?
In 2007, he was finally taken into custody and charged with deliberately infecting people with HIV. It was discovered he'd been diagnosed with HIV in 1999 while in a Polish refugee shelter, but Polish law did not force a carrier to reveal their disease status. And
So many weird things there. So he was in 1999. They found out. So he probably had it before that. He was just tested in this camp where he was being taken in as a refugee when he was in fact not, and was allowed to live his life freely in the racist country of Poland that welcomed him in, and all of these racist women that he was sleeping with and were being convinced that if they asked him to wear a condom and not share his magical seed, that is quite interesting of a tale.
It was kept hidden. Simon Mol has slept with over 300 Polish girls and infected over 40 of them with HIV.
Oh.
Many of them were activists in Poland's human rights and Antifa movements. Even after his arrest, Simon claimed no knowledge of his status and accused Polish police of racism. His photo was publicly displayed in Poland with an epidemiological warning. Media Watch, a racism monitoring body, decried the decision as institutional racism and called for international condemnation. Simon Mol dies on October 10, 2008. On his deathbed, he claimed that all accusations against him were politically motivated.
Of course.
Several of the infected women had contracted the virus from Simon during his visit to Gdansk in 2006 to organize the anti-racist Music Against Intolerance and Violence.
Oh, I love that festival. Music Against Intolerance and Racism and shit. That is so important that everyone goes there.
Festival. After his death, reporters contacted Simon's mother back in Africa. Her response was, "The white man killed my son." Simon picked up many of his...
Of course, the white man killed your son, ma'am. Who else would have it been? It's the patriarchy. It's the white man and his lies about geniuses like Simon Mol.
Women from the Warsaw Salon, an artistic liberal circle. In his writing, Simon described these girls as white mice, sensitive and adoring women who believed they were doing their duty towards political correctness.
White rats, basically. Oh, such a way with words, Simon. Oh, I miss him so much already.
By helping the poor refugee. One girl infected by Simon explained later, "I was fascinated by human rights activists fighting with racial stereotypes. Soon we started to meet, went to bed. I didn't suspect that he could infect me with HIV virus, and even less, hide from me that he is infected. I also thought that suspecting him of being infected would equal giving way to stereotypes. Thus we made love unprotected." Let us end this thread by looking at his most well-known poem, Polish Goddess. Think about everything you have heard so far and consider what Simon may have been really trying to say when he wrote this.
Okay.
Then, as the moon lit the path of the beautiful goddess, illuminating the darkness of the night, 2 tears ran down her left eye, ending their journey, burying all the nightmares, healing wounds foisted upon me and upon my brothers by those like her.
He's always so subtle. You have to read between lines. So a woman crying is the way in which they bury the pain that they brought upon him and his brothers, these white rats that he describes. We've lost. Do you see what we've lost because of racism, because of the white man, because of the patriarchy? We lose brilliant minds like fucking Simon Mol, man. This is just too deep. Guys, I mean, I'm not as bright as a writer as Simon Mol, but I do my best. You have my books available in the links below. Surviving the Economic Collapse and Street Survival Skills. Books that will help you prepare to be more aware of your surroundings, be more capable of dealing with the evil patriarchy, not beautiful people that are invading your country with their agendas and their evil shit and breaking the law every step. That's not it. It's mostly a patriarchy that we have to worry about, but you have to prepare for that. All right, you have the channel, you have the books. Best of luck, guys. Take care.